Good morning, students. Last period we started lesson number 1, Sources of History. In a last period we took information about the material sources and their examples, as well as we learned the written sources. How these two types of sources are important to understand the history. We took information about these. Today we are going to learn oral sources. See in this figure, some examples of oral sources are given to you. Which examples are they? They are folk songs, gathas, shlokas, abhangas, povadas, proverbs, legends, and mythas. Let's learn one by one. One question is there in your mind. What is meant by oral sources? First, we will clear this question. The sources available in a oral form is known as oral sources. For example, sometimes we listen your granny to sing a song. Yes, it is a religious song. That song is not in a written form. How your granny knew that song? Your granny listened that song from her parents. Means orally, generation to generation, that song passed to you. These type of sources are called as oral sources. Means the sources are available in a oral form instead of written is known as oral sources. Nowadays, these oral sources we converted into a written form. One another example I will give to you. Your grandfather told you a story of British government when the grandfather was very small. How the British government ruled in India. That story of your grandfather and the history given in your textbook is differ from each other. So we said that the oral sources are not 100% true, but certainly some information we got from the oral sources. We will learn some examples of oral sources one by one. The first one is shlokas. Shloka is a one type of poem consists of a four padas or quarter verses. Ramdas Swami's shlokas are very famous. From these, we will get the information about a social life of a people in that period. In this figure, some shloka of the Ramdas Swami shown to you, as well as its meaning given in a another side. The next important oral source is Abhangas. Abhanga is a form of a devotional poetry song in a praise of a Hindu god Vitthal. This is also in a oral form. We get the information about a religious idea of that people in a particular period. So these abhangas also very important. The next important oral source is Povada. Povada is a type of poem in the 17th century. It is used to narrate a historical event for inspiring the people. First thing, every one of you listen the Povada of Shivaji Maharaj. Yes, I think you listen that Povada of Shivaji Maharaj. Here, one Povada of Shahir Tulsidas given to you. He told the Kondanats campaign in it. Yes, in a Povada, historical events glorified more. So, it is not 100% true. But the central idea of that historical event we got from Povada. So, the Povada is a one of the important oral source. The next important oral source is legends. What is mean by legends? Legend means story told by oral. Means many time we know the stories orally. These stories are not available in a written form, but in a oral we know that information about that story. Yes, so this is also one type of oral source to get the information about the past. The next one is mythas. Mythas means the story of supernatural powers. Do you like the story of supernatural powers, ghost and other? Yes, everyone likes that story of supernatural powers. From these stories also we got the information about the past. This is also a one type of oral source. The next important oral source is folk songs. Folk song means a song that originates in a traditional popular culture. Means regarding to the culture we made some songs. That songs are known as the folk songs. You listen many religious songs, cultural songs. They are not in a written form. Orally we sung it on a particular occasion or a particular period on a particular festival. That songs are known as the folk songs. These songs also gave us the information about the past. This is also one type of oral source. All these oral sources give information about the past, but we have to check their authenticity, where they are the true or false. It is necessary to take a certain precautions before using these sources. We have to examine their authenticity and we have to check which are true and which are the false one. It is known as evaluation of a sources of history. The quality of the sources can be determined with the international standard. We have to study integrity of writer as well as we have to learn personal interest of a writer. We have to check period in which they live and any political pressure is on him or not. After checking all these things, we get the correct history. It is a very hard process to evaluate the sources of history. Yes, here for evaluating the history, we have to examine their authenticity. We have to check the quality of that source, integrity of that writer's, personal interest of that writer, and at last we have to see period in which that writer wrote that history. When anyone is writing history, some qualities are very important. These qualities are known as the important qualities of authors or author's important quality. If the author have these qualities, then only given history by him is known as the correct history. The first important quality is impartiality. This is a most important quality of a author. He must be impartial while writing a history. When he wrote impartially history, then only we will get the correct history of a past. The second important quality of author is neutrality. When author is writing history, he should be neutral. Yes, he cannot write the history by bias. The question will be asked on this. What qualities of author are important in writing a history? Listen this question carefully. Yes, what qualities of author are important in writing a history? And the answer is Author's impartiality and neutrality are very important while writing a history. Many times this question asked in a exam. Write answer in a one sentence. Yes, which qualities are very important of a author while writing a history? Author's impartiality and the neutrality are very important while writing a history. What do you learn in this period or today? Yes, today first we learn the oral sources and their examples. Yes, oral sources means the sources available in a oral form, and their examples we learn like povada, proverbs, mythas and the abhangas. Second one, we learn how to evaluate the history. It is necessary to evaluate the history while getting the correct history or true history. And at last, we learn the important qualities of author. Yes, which important qualities we learn? There are two important qualities we learn. First one, impartiality, and the second one is neutrality. Watch this revision video of lesson number 1 and read this lesson 2 times. In a next period, we will start the lesson number 2. Thank you.